Hello, hello. This is Alicia Brown, the CEO of Alicia Brown LLC, as well as Fruition Publishing Concierge Services, which is a division of Alicia Brown LLC. One of the things I shared at my last I Write 2 Writers Workshop is that you're never as naked and exposed as when you publish a book. You know, you have this great idea as an author. You have this message you have to get out, and you're very passionate about it. But one thing that a lot of authors are never coached on, are never told, and sadly, they never realize until they're actually in the process, is that you're never more naked and exposed as when you publish your book. Doesn't even matter what your topic is. Of course, I am a self-help person. I chronicle a little bit of my story as a childhood abuse survivor, and then I give you resources and things that I learned that were very helpful in how to get back in control of your life, how to take back the reins of your life and proceed on. It's almost like the life after part of surviving abuse, because I want people to understand you're not a victim. You're not powerless. And despite the hand of cards, or the card hand that was given to you at birth, you are able to play that hand any way you choose. But here's what I know. I have worked with clients internationally. I have worked with some of the most prolific, well-requested speakers and writers and business professionals. I've worked with everybody from those that have been uberly successful to those that were like myself. They're just a regular everyday person but have a powerful message, and they have this passion on the inside that they need to share with someone. Here's what's true for every author and those of you out there who are considering writing and publishing a book. Doesn't matter if it's self-help, doesn't matter if you're a legal expert, doesn't matter if you're a business professional, and it doesn't even matter if you write a children's book. You will never be more naked and exposed as when you publish a book. Why is that the case? Because once it's in print, you put yourself out there for the critics. Now, there are going to be people that love you, and you'll get that desired result if you're positioned properly. That's why we have our company that offers you branding and marketing services, that has a speakers academy. We even have a nonprofit creative lab. We're trying to go from vision to fruition and show you that this is not just about a book. This is about creating a powerful platform where you are reaching the masses, and they are engaged and they are ready for your expertise. However, here's the caveat. You open yourself to critics. If you're a legal expert, for example, you want to brand yourself as the go-to person for whatever niche or specific area in the legal field that you are the expert in. Well, doesn't matter how wonderful you are, there are going to be critics. And that's one reality that I tell clients you just have to get with. You know, there are people that will read your manuscript and say it is the worst thing they ever written. They will question your qualifications. They will question your value. They will question your legitimacy. And you have to be prepared for that. I have some clients that I tell them, especially when you deal with abuse and emotional issues, that you know what? You are not ready to write this book. Rather, you're not ready to publish this book, because writing can be very cathartic. So I work with them, we write it. I believe in you telling your full out story. But before we put things in motion to promote, to be able to publish that book, and by that time you've already created that platform with us. So it matches, because that's another tip. You should never publish a book. Don't ask me how I know. You should never publish a book first without having a platform to connect it to, because the book is going to be the smallest part of this whole big machine. And if you do it right, this should be you, your brand, what your mission, your passion should be a big machine. But again, anytime you do something that's public, you open yourself for critics. So If you're not emotionally ready for that, if you're still on the stage where you seek everybody's approval and you can't handle criticism and you're not confident enough to stand firm in what you're sharing, that you know is important, that you know solves some solution, yeah. Not going to tell you not to write a book, but I'm going to tell you to really take some time to build yourself up. That's something that I work with people for, and now with Fruition Publishing Concierge Services, we even have certified life coaches. I also have clinical professionals that I'm connected with. If those are services that you need, I gladly refer them to you, because this can be an emotional process. And, some of my clients are really shocked at how emotional it was. I was just writing a book on finances, or maybe I was just writing a book on legalities and business issues and things of that. But sometimes they trigger things within ourselves. Sometimes, when we're forced to stand there and promote this book that we love, some clients, in the back of your mind, because of your past and things you deal with, you're asking, am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I really the expert? Am I really confident? And then as you go through the process, today your confidence level is way up here, and then the next day it's, And when you're just happy because that one person came to you and told you how wonderful this is, and I want you to teach this, I want to do this, and then you get slammed by this other person that's so critical. And it gets worse if it's on a wider scale. I mean, it's one thing, when your next door neighbor doesn't like it, but when you have someone of great stature or great worth or great credibility, and they critique this to a bigger audience, that's a whole nother position. So if we can prepare you, if there's some truths before you start on this journey, and then we can position you and work you through that prior to you publishing the book, then you'll be in a better position. Because here's what I do know. No matter how perfect it is, I don't care if you had PhDs, down the block, someone's going to be a critic. Because some people are just critical. That's their wheelhouse. And then, like that old adage, people say, oh, everybody should read my book. Your book isn't for everybody. It's for a specific audience, and that is what you need help with, how to connect to those people, and only those people that your message is meant for. Because whatever your topic is, you provide a solution. And when you provide a solution, those are the things you pay for. So I wanted to just drop in today and share that with you because, I love books. And if you don't know my testimony, I'll give you the short version. Books literally saved my life. As an abused child, I often contemplated suicide because for me, that was the only way to escape the abuse I was going through. You're young, you're vulnerable, you can't defend yourself, you can't make it stop. So a lot of times in those positions, people feel that death is the only way out. And it was the testimonies of other abusers that I read in books and reasoned to myself on those dark, dreary nights that, if they went through worse than I did, and they were able to turn their lives around to something positive, and they were able to become something great, then maybe I can too. I didn't know about the next day, but I knew that night I would hold on just a little bit longer and see what the next day was like. And that repeated itself and repeated itself and repeated itself. So I know something so insignificant, something you think in your story is so insignificant. And when you're sitting there thinking you are not good enough, I understand full well how if you would just go forth with what is in the pit of your belly, with what your audience is waiting for, with the story that is going to transform someone's life. If you would develop the courage and go forth with that and reach that intended audience, it is life-changing. And it doesn't even matter what the topic is about. You could be thinking, how is a children's book life-changing, Alicia? How is an animated series life-changing? Well, again, as that little girl going through abuse, those books were also valuable because they gave me escape. Sometimes life is so hard, so serious, that we just want something funny, or we want something to distract us, or we want something happy and pleasant as a means of escape. So even that type of book is not insignificant and can have huge, insurmountable results. So that's why I want to encourage you today. Don't think that anything you're doing is insignificant. Be prepared for critics, because in life, whether it's book writing or anything else, you will always have them. But more importantly, be firm in knowing what your purpose is and pushing forward with your mission. And as always, we here at Fruition Publishing Concierge Services is here to help you. Because that's why this business exists, is to take you from vision to fruition. Because if you're just dreaming of something, or you have a great vision, but you never do anything with it, then it's just a wish. And your life is too short and too precious to waste time wishing on something when it could be yours. I would love for you to come follow me at fruitionpublishing.com. View our company website, see some of our services. You even can sign up for our Authors Academy Writers Group and Accountability Group. Right now we have a private Facebook group, we have monthly masterminds, and we also have valuable information that is continually put out to you various times throughout the week, helping you understand the business of writing, helping you understand some of the considerations that maybe no one told you, and how to even spend your money wisely. Sometimes, people tell you to spend money on this and this system and buy this and make sure you pay this much money for this, and it goes into the thousands and thousands. There are some things that are inexpensive that you don't need to spend money on. There are other things that you need to make an investment in, because that is the life and death of that book. So we here are trying to offer you all of those resources so that you're informed and you know what to do. So again, I'll see you at fruitionpublishing.com. Have a great day, and remember, it's never too late to edit your life, and we can help.